Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom this world ignorantly calls God, the Holy One of Israel, coming in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, those men that are doing this work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth, the 144,000 amongst, as well as you 1/3 of you multitude of believers out there. To you all, I say shalom and greetings, and I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying. All right, excuse me. This one shouldn't be too long. I probably got about 5 or 6 precepts. I'm bringing this out through the Spirit, of course, but this is something that I would say it's probably happened to me more than I actually know. But as far as my tenure in this truth, I know it's been about at least 4 times that I slipped and bust my spiritual ass, you know. And, I want to say this as a disclaimer, brothers, there's nothing wrong with having a slip of the tongue every now and then. Now, now let me say this correctly, actually. There is something wrong with it, but we're in this flesh and it happens. So you have to live with that and you got to be okay with it. And so the reason why I want to do this is because, something happened recently in the midst of brothers. And I said something really out of assistance. Sometimes when brothers have questions and things like that, I like being able to assist, especially when things go unanswered. I like to help brothers. I like helping research and I help getting to the bottom of it, But there's a lesson in all of that. You got to know when to speak and when not to speak, right? Ecclesiastes 3 speaks about that. A time to speak and a time to keep silence. So, as we still growing, we learning more and more when to do that, right? And, just like, and this is not the same topic necessarily, but just like Elder Apostle Hart did a lesson today, like, basically like using wisdom when the JEW's walking down the street, just leave them alone. Don't say nothing to them. If they speak to us, that's one thing, but they just going about their day, we ain't got to be trying to get on their ass. We can just let them go on up the street, because they trying to find any reason to come against us. All right, but let me go ahead and get these scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes 19:16. Let me see, did I do the long one? Yeah, I see. It says, "There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue?" You see that? There's one that slips in your speech. And so this can go into verbal speaking, or even sometimes you're texting and saying something and you may have been incorrect. But it's not from your heart. It's not from your mind. It's not from your spirit. You made an error. The flesh makes mistakes. It's breakdowns that we used to go over, that we used to know like the back of our hand. You go over them some years later, you've forgotten. You don't know it anymore, or it's just not coming to you immediately. It says, "And who is he that is not offended with tongue?" Right? Every man has said some things that they aren't supposed to say before. Right? But at the end of the day, you got to realize that this is a slip from your tongue and not from your intent, that not from the part trying to be mischievous or misguiding. And that's the problem with, I think, a lot of the world is, right? These people, when you got these pastors and things like that, they will intentionally try to deceive their flock, right? But when it comes to us, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, the Lord has used the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to help us put in the spirit of researching, knowing things. Sometimes even your researches go bad. I'm going to keep it real. You think you learning something, but then another brother, he might have thought he was in the spirit and he might have gotten something wrong, which could lead to you getting something wrong. But that's why a lot of things got to be fine-tuned, right? We tell ourselves we got the 100%. We say we got the 100% truth, which is true, right? Right? Just because you slip from your speech, it does not mean you still not right. You know what I mean? Well, let me say later. I'm talking about people when we're talking about people in the world. When we're talking to the people in the world, even if you slip from your speech, you still right in the spirit. But when it's amongst brothers, you try to say, You ask for forgive me, brothers. Or you correct it. Hey, the water for the education. Thank you for the edification. And you move on. You know what I'm saying? But it says, admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him, and not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High, right? You got to give place to the law of the Most High. It says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtained his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the trees of immortality, right? So that's what we're trying to get from Yahweh Shem Shai, the fruit of the tree of immortality. We want to have the doctrine of life always on us. That's what separates us from the rest of the world. The doctrine of life, these scriptures, man, the understanding that the Lord has given the apostles, and they've shared it on down, man. Right? That's what separates us from the rest of these people. Right? It says the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Right? So the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. You see, the wisdom, the law, the performance of the law. We perform the law. We practice what we preach. You see, people always say, no, practice what you preach. But we literally do practice what we preach. But sometimes when we speaking or saying some things, you make an error, right? But the thing is, you can't let your sins weigh you down. You can't beat yourself up about it. You got to pray to Yahweh Shem Shai. Just say, hey, man, say, forgive me and keep it pushing, right? This is Ecclesiastes 20 and verse 18. It says, to slip upon a pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. Sheesh. And that's probably what I'm going to title it, something like that. Because for anybody who had a true fall out here, and that's the thing, we ain't getting young. When you were young, I was telling one of the brothers and his children be running around, and, he'll, like, the children will fall, and they just get back up and keep it running like it ain't no big deal. But as you're getting older, falling, like, you can really, really hurt yourself. So it says to slip upon pavement. Then when you fall, what happens? People typically make fun of you if they saw you. They laugh at you. They tell other people. It's all bad. But at the end of the day, we not like that when it comes to this truth. You make an error, you ask for forgiveness, you fix it up, and you keep moving forward. But to slip upon pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. It's like, damn, like you feel that hurt when you say something wrong that's incorrect. You're like, damn, why did I say that? Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? It says, so the fall of the wicked shall come speedily, and that's what's gonna happen. The fall of the wicked gonna come speedily. So yeah, we might be making our fleshly mistakes, but hey, we ain't sinning against Yahweh Shem Shai. We're praying. We're in a sense of a space of forgiveness right now, where the Lord is going to have mercy on us. Like, we're doing our best to serve him. It says, and a unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise. A wise sentence shall be rejected when it come out of a fool's mouth, for he will not speak it in due season. See, that's the thing. A dude in the world, he just going to say whatever you want to say. Do whatever you want to do. But we do try to walk in wisdom and try to make that the commonplace for things. Now, you understand, we in Babylon, and, you got hell going on, but at the end of the day, wisdom is always what's on our forefront of our minds. Okay? Let's see here. Maybe I should jump around a little bit for that one. What did I have? Okay, I can come back to that. This is Ecclesiastes 25 and 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're going to live to see the fall of Esau, Edom, point blank, period. Lord willing, we be at that number. It says, well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and that hath not slipped with his tongue, and that hath not served a man more unworthy than himself. You see? Well is him that hath found prudence, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. So you got to understand, it says, he that hath not slipped with his tongue, right? Well is him. If you haven't slipped with your tongue, man, it's like, that's a great feeling. You've been on point this whole time, and you never made an error. Hey, brother, it's a good feeling. I'm telling you, I've been in that position a couple of times of slipping on that pavement, and you ain't when you slip, it feels like you falling on your face in Babylon. It ain't no regular like, oh, I'll be back. And you feel like you done hit the ground hard, man. Right? It ain't even be a laughing matter. When people get older and you see them fall, you just know it ain't no laughing matter. Like, things are changing. Okay? Let me see here. I had a couple more. This is Psalm 18:36. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. And this is literally and figuratively, like, right? The Lord has been keeping after us, looking after us. And even times when we do make these mistakes, hey, he's still having mercy on us. And that's why we're ever grateful for his words, his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the apostles and elders, for the Lord giving us men that can lead us in the right direction. Now, I got this one. Now, we use this a lot to talk about scoffers, but honestly, this applies to all of us as well. This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few. You see? So it got to be a few words, right, that you got to say things and comprehend and get the message across. But at the end of the day, we got to keep our feet too. You got to know when you're supposed to be talking and when you're not supposed to be talking, right? But like I said, to my defense, I was just trying to help a brother. But brothers who know, and it is what it is. I'm not beating myself about it, but I can't help but think like, damn, like we try not to have any more stains or scars or issues upon while we do this work, man. So, but it is what it is. Everything happens through the Spirit. All right. I think I got two or three more. This is no, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, right. That's right. Ecclesiasticus 27:29. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in a snare, and the snare and anguish shall consume them before they die. So a lot of these people in the world, they waiting for the great millstone to fall, right? But those people are going to be taken in the evil snare, man. All right, it says, an anguish shall consume them before they die. So you're going to have your problems and your heart attacks and your issues will take you out. Will take you out, man. The Lord he's a terrible power that can bring judgment in so many ways. All right, let me get this two more sections. Proverbs 24:16, it says, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. You see that? So it says a just man falleth 7 times. So brothers, you're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. Just pray to Yahweh Shema for forgiveness, to the brotherhood, and we march on and we move on. Though I know I'm not the only one that happened to before, but at the end of the day, we do the best that we can for Yahweh Shema. For a just man falleth 7 times, and that 7 goes into completion. So, now you can't just be no bug out demon and just expecting to apply Matthew 18 and thinking like, oh, I can just come back and say what I want and live the life that I want. Nah, you have given up your life, your soul for Yahweh Shema Shai when you come into this thing, man. And it's vital. It's vital that we understand that. All right? This is our life. This is our occupation. This is our love. All right? I'm going to get this last one. It says Ecclesiasticus 32 and verse 7. It says, speak, young man, if there be need of thee. And see, that's the thing. Sometimes you speak when there be need of you, especially when you try to help, trying to assist. It says, and yet scarcely when thou art asked twice. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. So sometimes you'll know and you still keep your mouth shut. And I believe one of Job's friends, did something along this line. But yeah, you comprehend much in few words. You know a little, but you hold your peace. And we do that all the time when we at work, around our family. We know and we just hold our peace. But some of this applies around brothers too. Sometimes you might know the answer and you just gotta fall back. Right? It says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. All right, so that's what it is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta learn, especially when our older brothers, learning when to talk, when not to talk. What to say, what not to say. Use not many words, man. Getting straight to the point. Praying to Yahweh Shem Shah. That's what it comes down to, man. So, hey, like I said, it wasn't going to be too long. I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying. I pray the Lord is forgive me and forgive all you brothers for any errors that we have made throughout this time, because we're trying to be as perfect as we possibly can through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shah. With that, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.